Now, congratulations on the movie. How did you get Ron Howard involved in this?
Well, Chris and he had worked together on Rush, and after I saw a first cut of Rush, I called Chris and said, let's talk. What about Ron? He said, I was about to say to you, what about Ron? And so we called him up and sent it to him, and 3 days later he called and said, I like this, and about 2 weeks later signed on. So
Chris was obviously involved very early on. What does he bring to this movie?
Look, I think he's a true sort of leader. He comes from a position of being the second in command, and by the end of the film, he's your hero, and he takes us on that journey, and he helps keep this amazing amazing crew together in very difficult situations.
I think it's great the relationship that he has on screen with Benjamin Walker. How was that developed, and when did you how did you go about casting Ben as well in this?
Ben was we were looking at all different people that would make sense for this role. And when Ben came in, he walked out, and Ron said, "That's our guy." It was pretty obvious. He nailed it right away, and just fit the part, looked the part, and he was amazing at it.
Were there any inspirations in terms of previous seafaring type films that you looked at for this movie?
There were some that I looked at and said that's not what we want to make, but I don't think there was one that showed that necessarily was an aspiration to what we wanted to make. But yeah.
In terms of filming as well, the locations and filming on sea, what challenges does that present?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
In terms of filming at sea and the locations involved, what challenges did that present to you as filmmakers?
Well, a lot, and that's shooting on water can be very daunting because you have weather conditions or rough waters. You could lose a day or a week at a time. We shot a lot here on a tank here at Leaves and Studios, but then we went down to the Canary Islands and shot on the open sea because Ron really he didn't want to cheat that. He wanted to shoot that on the open seas. And the first day out, I got on the Ron and the cast were on one boat, and then I got on the crew boat with everyone, and within 30 minutes, everyone was laid down throwing up and sick, and so I was like, oh boy, this is going to be rough. But and that was even pretty mild waters, But yeah, so it's tough shooting on water. It's tough to get great shots. You want the right lighting. But it worked.
Was there anyone in the cast who was particularly good at handling the seasickness, and was there anyone who wasn't that good?
Well, the cast didn't have it as badly. They were on a single hull boat. It was the crew boat that was ironically, even though it was a double hull boat, it was the one that rocked the most. So the cast actually came out okay, and they couldn't have gotten sick anyway because they weren't eating anything. they were all starving, so they didn't have anything to get sick with. So
was it always the plan to have them actually lose weight and not do it with special effects or anything like that?
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah. And Ron told everyone going in, like, listen, you're signing up for more than just an acting job. It's a real commitment, and we need you to be a team player. But I think the fact they all had each other to look at and go, not feel so bad about being hungry when the next guy's hungry and the other guy's hungry, and so.
Excellent. Thank you very much, man. Cheers. Pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey